Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hasan Zeki Alp. You know me. I'm lecturing you modern programming languages. This time I'm lecturing you JavaScript lesson 2, and I use Eclipse-IDE for developing environment, and I'd like to start up this lesson right away. Okay, for lesson 2, I've got 10 code snippets. One by one, I will show you and describe their function. And I here define two variables, variable A and B. And with this example, I'd like to show you logical comparisons, and logical OR, logical AND, and negation. And I'd like to show you them on the screen. And one by one, I'd like to show you. At first, on the screen, I'd like to print out this phrase, A and B. And after that, the value of A and B comparison will be printed out, will be assigned to a variable result, and after that I will print out the value of variable result. And I here recall write method once again, so as to leave an empty line break. And after that I wrote on the screen this phrase, and this is stands for A and B, A or B. That means one of the operands is enough to give a positive result. And once again, it's printed one here. And this is the negation. And after evaluating the A and B, and it's negated, and it's printed on the screen. And let's operate these things and see the result. For the first one, A and B, okay, this stands for this one, and the result is false because A true and B false. A and B will give a result false, in fact. And this time, if we operate, we use OR operation, A or B, it's gonna give true. And if we negate this false, we will obtain true. It's printed out. And all these are JavaScript codes, you guys. And after this slash script tag, we can write anything on the screen like this. Okay, this is normal HTML explanation. It is also will be printed out on the screen, just a simple text here, over here. And this was the first example, code snippet. How about the next code snippet here? Demo. In this demo, I define as A, 2, and 3, and its bit presentation is 1, 0. And how about this one? This is 1, 1. This is binary. Binary presentation, and this is another binary presentation. And here I manipulate A and B in binary manner. So just think this one and this one, and when we compare this one, we will get 0, 0. A and B. 1 0 means 2 in decimal correspondence will be 2. And how about this one? A or B, that means one of the operands must be 0, must be 1, so it's gonna give a result of 3, in fact, decimal 3. And how about this one? This is negation. This is exclusive or sorry, this is negation. I omitted this line. A exclusive or B will give a result of 1. Just consider that in order to get a true result for exclusive or, one is necessary to be different from the others. So one exclusive or 1 will give result 0. So just this part will give a result of 1. Therefore 1 0 will give a result of decimal 1 number. And how about this one? This is the negation. What was the binary representation of 2? It is 0 1. So just what was that? No, not A, B. B is presented. So the negation of 1 1 will result of minus 4. So how about this shift left A, shift left B will give a result of a multiplication. Multiplication, yes. So when we this one, okay, 1 0, it's gonna be 1 0 0. That corresponds to 16. How about this one? This is gonna give a result of 0 because it's already shifted the rightmost position, so it's gonna give 0. And let's go with another example here. This time I will give an example of a conditional operator. I defined once again 2 variables, A and B, and this is a comparison like this. Show you. As long as A greater than B, if the answer is yes, take this. If the answer is not yes, or others saying if the answer is no, assign it 200. Okay, just let's make a comparison here. A is A greater than B? No, it's not true. A is not greater than B, so 200 will be the result. Okay, result is assigned as 200. Sorry, and after that I will recall the right method. So result is printed out. Here this time A is compared by 2 once again. This time it's gonna print out A is less than B. The same will be printed out. Okay. Just look here. this case is not true for the first time, so the second option will be assigned as the value of result. Okay. However, for this case, A is less than B, the answer is yes, so 100 will be assigned as a result of as a value of result. In fact, for the first time 200 and the second time 100 will be assigned. About the next our code, type of operator. This is an example of a type of operator. I defined variable A and I defined variable B. Variable A will be a decimal number, integer number. Variable B will be string, a string variable. And let me do this. And type of B equals to string. If type of B equals to string, okay, this is true. B is string. Result will be assigned as, this result variable will be assigned as B is string. If type of B is not string, B is numeric, is not string. However, just when we look at B is string, so the first option will be valid for this comparison. Okay, just we have to keep in mind, bear in mind, and after that the writing session is performed, result will be printed out, and after that a line break in order to leave an empty line. This case, just I make a comparison for A. Type of A is a string. No, actually type of A is a very decimal, numeric in fact. Okay, so this time the first case is not valid. However, the next case, A is numeric, will be printed. Okay, when we run this by on any web browser, we will get result is B is a string in fact. Okay, and result A is numeric, and however these are the HTML tag explanations. Let's go with another example. Here I give an example of if-else statement, and here starts the script code. I just make it deactivated. Okay, just focus on here, you guys. I define a variable age here so as to be initialized at 20. So I within these brackets, within parentheses, I compare age over 18. Age is greater than 18. Okay, this condition is will give a positive result. So this right method will be printed out. So I here give a break here, qualifies for driving. So just it's a matter of being over than 18 years old. So when we run this one, okay, qualifies for this one will be printed out here. B, no, /B R. Okay, didn't work. Just works for HTML tags. Let's go with another example here. Okay, if else, once again, I give an example of if else. This block, if else block, right? Okay, as long as this comparison gives a positive result, so this branch will be performed, right? If age is not greater than 18, so this branch will be printed out. So our age is 15, so it's not greater than 18, so this branch will be printed out. So we can say that does not qualify for driving screen will be printed out on the screen, does not qualify for printing. Okay, just I want to give another example here. Okay, if example. Okay, just when we focus on here, okay, if, else if, and else, we can use any else if whenever it is needed, in fact. However, at the last we have to use only one else. Just we can consider this the last else as a default value. Just we make a comparison within this parenthesis, and if this is true, this rule is observed, this method will be recalled. Else if, that's to say this is not true, and we go the other comparison. This time we make a comparison, book equals to math, and this go on like this. Was the initial value for books, actually books as initialized as maths. So the first will not be printed out because it's not a history book. Okay, this is a maths book. So this branch will be printed out. I do not look at the other options. So just it's going to print out on the screen. Math books as we expected. Maths books. Okay, it's printed out on the screen. You guys, this phrase each time you can see. However, it's not necessarily be written here. Just it's written to show you that you can add any explanatory things right away here. And let's go with another example here. Switch case example. So as you can remember from other programming languages, switch case structure can be constructed like this. Okay, just you can see here. This is the variable so as to be compared with case A, B, C, D, etc. And our initial value for grade is A, grade A. Perfect. So in case it's translated in English like this. In case grade is A, that's to say if grade equals to A, so it's gonna be printed out. Good job. At break, it's gonna leave a line break. And in case our grade is B, so that's not correct for this case. That could be, however, C and D and etc. This is the last case that's gonna be performed. None of the above conditions are met, so unknown grade will be printed out. Just look here, after each case comparison and case branch, we have to use a break. Okay, break is a keyword because you have to stop the code snippet this way or that way, otherwise it's going on the other part. So on the screen, good job will be printed out as a result of running this JavaScript code. Good job. And before printing this one, just forgot to mention this paraphrasing things. In the order of this scene order, the entering switch block will be printed out, and switch comparison will be done. Good job will be printed out, and after that, after making the final comparison, exiting switch block will be printed out. And as a summary, just we can see that one phrase and the second phrase and the last phrase, that's to say three phrases, will be printed out on the screen. And at the bottom you will see this one, not exactly at the bottom, however this is the HTML code explanation. Let's go with another one. Here switch case without a break. This is another example. I once again use grade A. and case A, in case A, document write this thing, good job. And this is also possible. This is another format to use this one. Just when you look this one, okay, without using any break command, you will get all this bunch of stuff. However, it's not explanatory, so you see that you don't forget, you must not forget to use break keyword once again. So let's go back one. Okay, after each case comparison, you have to use break, and after that you therefore in this case obstruct going on the next code snippet like this. Otherwise you cannot stop writing the other things. Okay, the last code snippet for today is while loop. I here give an example of while loop. This is our script code here, like you see that, and I define a variable count as a counter, so it's initialized as 0, and I here write a message here, write a expression here, starting loop, and I here construct a while loop here. Okay, just you can see count is compared to 10, and as long as count is less than 10, you will perform this one. Okay, so count is initialized as 0, so you have to increase it up to 10. So count plus plus just will increase one by one the value of count as a counter, and each time this array will be printed and count will be printed as a value. That's to say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9 will be printed, and after each recalling this write method, a line break will be performed, so as to leave a line. I'm not saying empty line, because just will go back to the end of the line and create a next line. And after the while loop is performed entirely, this message will be printed out on the screen. Loop stopped, and let's make it run. So just as we have, as we can expect it, count current count 0 is printed out. Okay, and current count 1 to up to 9 will be printed, and however for 10 when the counter value becomes 10, it's not performed this one, so just up to 9 will be printed, and after it exits from while loop, it's gonna print out this loop stopped. Okay, this is the final expression, the last expression you can see here, and this is the explanation. Okay, that was the end of this HTML lesson to you guys. I hope you find it useful and you understand easily. I go one by one. Sometimes I skip one thing and just to show you the negative cases, so just it helps you to understand much more easier, much more constantly. Thanks for your watching me, you guys. I wish you a happy day for the rest hours of this day. Bye bye. Thanks for your watching me once again.